Not criticize the work, then you criticize the person. You can't criticize that it was good that we built new police stations across. You can't criticize that we are doing the biggest water project in this region. So then you turn to say, all about what cut river. It is better that we cut the river. It is better that we cut inflation. It is better that we cut the debt. It is better that we cut the murder rate. It is better that we cut unemployment. It is better that we cut poverty in the country. And I am cutting ribbons with all of them. So there is no question that you can't compare us to perfection, but you have to compare us to our competitors. And if you compare us to the competitors, we have done far better. Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. When you cut it, cut it, cut it. Them bricks is way too high, you need to cut it. Your price is way too high, you need to cut it. Cut it, 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 cut it. Them bricks is way too high, you need to cut it.
I'm Natoya Pearson. Yes, these are my lovely kids.
Yes.
And I want to say, before I was living in a bad condition, as you can see on the board, the house was proper for me and my kids. So today, I'm so overwhelmed to be here with the Prime Minister, handing over a lovely house to me and my children. We can sleep well. They have their own room, I have my own, which we didn't have before because it was a little old also. We are thankful and we are grateful for this opportunity. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Them bills are way too high, you need to cut it. So guys, after Game Crawford gave victory for PNP. I don't know if there was victory for PNP, but I could tell you if there was, with Game Crawford's speech about Andrew walking around just cutting ribbon. I think that ended up making the JLP snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. And for him to defend this ribbon cutting thing, here Mr. Crawford continue, which is madness. Really disappointed.
And the second thing is that those are four security guard right now based on this ribbon cutting. She have a security for her shoelace. She have a security for her belt. She have a security for her bandu. And she have four security for her ribbon. So you cannot cut no more of the ribbon.
Guys, this is a political platform. And I've said in, I think, my two last video that the most honorable Prime Minister must continue his speech. I gave like a tweaking he could do to his speech of saying what it was like before, why nothing couldn't be done underneath the PNP administration from the honorable Prime Minister, PJ Patrick said to the honorable Prime Minister, Walter Simpson Miller, and what the changes that were made from the Bruce Golding to his the Honorable Dr. Prime Minister Andrew Owen's administration, and what is being changed and what is being done now and what will be done going forward. And that nothing could be done previously because the country was so much in debt. And there's also a video where I show, a video short again, where I show the opposition leader, Swampy Lion, Marky Lion British, spoke about, as soon as the economy get better, we'll be able to do more and more. And like I said, at this election time, this is what the Senator, Mr. Crawford, Damon Crawford, coming with. Yes, as what I was saying, yes, I said the Prime Minister need to find a way to captivate the audience, because a lot of people not really interested to hear about the economy. They just want to do and do. And he is doing the right thing by letting the country know that the economy is a key part of moving the country to prosperity. That's a full message I want to send. The economy is a key part of moving the country from the struggling days that have been gained to third world country to prosperity to a developing country until we can become a second world and a first world country. Now, on a political platform, what I'm saying, yes, do the stuff to pull in the persons, do the stuff to get the crowd in a frenzy. But what is that the young man is talking about? And then you have Natalie from JPU, Jamaica Politics Uncovered. That I think I don't know how long this piece. I was watching it this morning, where Gabriel Crawford went and said no, he's going to extend the school day to I think 4:30, and there's no discussion in it. I'm going to see if I could pause this video and find it for you. There's no discussion with the JTA or with anyone else about this brand new idea from Mr. Crawford about extending the school days and to benefit the kids some way somehow. And this was not thoroughly thoroughly think about. That's the word. This was not thoroughly thought of, because let me get caught up in that. The point I'm telling people, and I want you to listen to me carefully. Now, members on PNP platform, Mr. Senator Gabriel Crawford himself, and Jensek of the People's National Party, Gator Campbell, Kingsmill, they are keeper, and other members after the platform sitting members and speakers on PNP platform are saying for the Prime Minister to call the election. Whether the guys, I do not know the reason why the Prime Minister don't call the election. I do not count the local government result, because we're seeing and heard about what the PNP have done with the local government funds to fund the local government election. And we have seen many videos where people are giving envelopes, people in orange are giving envelopes and seem as if they are paying. And like I always said, with so many investigations going into PNP control local government municipalities that is controlled by the People's National Party, no wonder why they get feel like expected in the local government election. There's no surprise there. But back to the point about calling the election. And we forgot there was COVID. And we forgot how well the Prime Minister take us through COVID. The economy didn't collapse, the healthcare system didn't collapse. They're praising on top of praises from international institutions, whether it's political countries from the political estate platform from other countries, or print media, news media, that has heaped praise on the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Was one of the top 10, if not the top 20, top 10 best performing country that carries its citizens through the COVID crisis without major fallout and major damages. And they still have countries that don't recover from COVID up until this day. And so I hate when people are saying the Prime Minister doing this and doing that, a ribbon cutting. We were delayed by COVID. It was a 3-year process. And that is why the Prime Minister won overwhelmingly during when the election was called during the COVID years. So a lot of ideas that the country was on the brink of taking off and the COVID took us back. And then we have to regroup. So we were on so these things were on the brink of being done, and they're being done now. Now, let me ask you guys something and think about it for a minute and give you a fair answer. You know you're reducing Asian debt, and you know there's some goodies that you can present to the populace. You understand? Are you going to call, even if you're head of the polls, are you going to call early election? Are you going to go to, are you going to run a marathon election and pour in the goodies that all you possibly can? Pour in all the benefit that the people want and the people looking for without putting a burden on the nation finances. Without putting a burden on the nation finances. These are things can be done. These are things that can be done, and the Prime Minister is doing it. I wouldn't call election, and if I was the Prime Minister, and I've said it again, I would call election day will be the day right after the JP conference. I just don't understand. With 49 constituencies, there's more of a planning issue. There's more people that to take care of. I'm not saying you're not going to take care of people in PNP control in areas that are represented by the PNP. But when you have 49 seats belong to the JLP, that's way more Jamaica than looking forward as you the government to fix things and to correct things or to improve things. That is a lot more expense you're talking about. And we have to give the Prime Minister credit and the government and cabinet of the JLP that doing an excellent job is still managing 49 constituencies. And the Prime Minister already admit that there's more to be done, but everything has to be done in a financially responsible way. We cannot go back to have a debt burden country. So I'm going to ask you, will you call election where you could present more for the people, show the people more that can be done, show the people more that's being done, that they can see the transformation within the eye? Or are you going to listen to people on the PNP platform and call the election? Call the election. And I'm going to say this. I have not heard or spoken to any JP member that have any fear in losing the upcoming election. I have not. I don't know what the numbers, internal polls numbers that the JP use and what they're seeing, but I haven't spoken to anyone that, and I said again, it's a 49 to 14 seat parliamentary seat count. And we keep on forgetting, just as how people forgetting COVID, and forget that you were going 9 years without any new taxes, and forgetting the 1.5 and the threshold of where your taxes is cut, and forgetting all the minimum wage that has been done. And people keep on forgetting that the JP have a 49 to 14 seat count, parliamentary seat count, and the last conference. What have changed from the last conference until now? The last JP conference was probably one of the biggest conferences any party I've ever seen. So I would like to know what has changed since November last year, JP conference till now, to think that the JP going to lose the upcoming election. I would like to know what has changed. So the Prime Minister needs to continue to do what he's doing. Keep on cutting ribbons. That's a functioning government. Keep on cutting ribbons and keep on spreading the news that things are being done, ground are being broken for what people need to be done, and more is expected to be done. Now I'm going to close this video. This video is going to close extra early, but I want to get into more of the video. But as I said earlier, with Game and Crawford trying to extend the school days. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the end of July. There's August, there's September. The election is due September 3rd. So technically, we are about 6 weeks away from the due date of the election. That is constitutionally due. But remember, the Constitution gives 3 extra months that election can be called. It cannot go no further than that. If it goes further than that, Parliament will automatically be dissolved, and then the Prime Minister have to give the gate, because when Parliament is dissolved, the government cannot function. There's no longer Prime Minister, there's no longer Cabinet. So that's why it automatically will be dissolved in December. So the Prime Minister have no choice but to call election. But I know he will. The Prime Minister is skillful, and he's become a political electioneering giant. I don't want to use the word mastermind because it sounds negative, but he knows what he's doing. Now, what I was trying to say with Gamer and Crawford with this extended school day thing. So, technical election is due 6 weeks from now, and no more than 4 months. Say at least no more than 4 months. And at this moment, you're coming with new ideas. Ideas are, like I said, ideas can change the world, and there's never a stopping time for ideas. But when you're coming, when campaigning, the People's National Party has been campaigning for at least 3 years. They do not come with a budget presentation in an election year, and weeks away, no more than 3 months away from an election, 4 months away from election, you're coming with new idea about extending school days. And I heard teachers are in a mad upsetting frenzy about what is this coming with extending school days. I know it's gonna work. And it's volunteer. So I'm gonna find out more to that and get in touch with you guys. But guys, Natalie from Jamaica Politics Uncover, she's doing a great job. You know, the few subscribers I have, if you don't subscribe to her, go see her video and get more information. I'm going to get more information. And again, this is not even a video I'm supposed to be doing, but it's just the cycle just going so fast and changing so quick. And no excuses. I won't get in my personal issue. I do have the time, but I do work a lot. And so you know, I'm trying my best to keep up. But I don't understand at this moment. Sorry to repeat myself. You're coming with idea about extending school, and another idea that come to my head also, and I think it's mentioning about extending the school idea because they already, including Mr. Crawford, upset about the school bus that's going on, and but the director of public prosecution, Paula, Lowing, it's a Paula. Let me just pause it to make sure I get this right. Yes, I just checked it up. The director of public prosecution, she's right there. Paula Lewin. Why am I having problem not pronouncing big word, whether it's an English word or a name? Yeah, I came up with a report to say that that a lot of the young girls that criminal act got against them are from taxi drivers. And that was a plus with having a school bus, at least from school dismissed until you leave school. That is more time with a responsible person on the school buses, taking your children safely to school and safely from school in the hands of a person, as a person who's well vetted, the drivers, and I hope they will have a matron on the bus, another adult on the bus. I don't know if in the future JP will do it. That taking your kids from school to home without being exposed to the lewd music, lewd activity, and any criminal act against them where your kids can be unalive or are sexual molested or sexual assaulted. And I think he wants to show that you can keep kids back from school because no parents are at home at the time. So and that way they are protected and in the safety of a school compound until when parents get home, then they leave school. But he said the teachers staying back from school is voluntary. That means they don't have to stay if they don't want to stay back. And I just don't know what that sense that make. It's not a bad idea, but it's not well thought out in terms of teachers. It's voluntary for teachers, and what program they stand by for, what are they being helped with. They understand, and and that's putting more on teachers. But it's just so much question to it, and we must admit to that. That is I believe that is what's being done. Mr. Crawford is trying to save face, and I'm wondering if people, I'm sitting wondering if when people listen to these things, if they don't question it, or they really go home and feel good with themselves that some of the utterance on this political platform is really satisfactory to get hearing and to their future, their kids' future, and be comfortable. I just don't get it, I just don't understand it. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. I am, I'm grateful for the numbers, look. But thank you guys and continue to stay tuned. Alright? Cool.